there isn't.
Well, I might like another cup.
I'll run and get some more.
Don't worry, dear, I'll go.
Don't get up on yourself, won't take a minute.
Always knew it, you know.
Always knew what?
That there wouldn't be a war.
I thought you would, I must say. Otherwise I should have sent Sheila and Joan down to Mrs. Marsh and Dorset.
I know you did, dear. Your mother was worried too about Queen England, Frankie. But I wasn't. Neither was Mrs. Wilmot.
Fancy that now.
Mrs. Wilmot laughed outright, you know, when a woman came to try a gas mask on. Take that silly bit away, she said, just like that, quite simply. Woman was furious.
I'm not surprised.
It's funny how cross people get when you refuse to believe in evil.
It's kind of difficult not to believe in evil, Auntie. You think of all the different things that's happening in the world today.
If enough people believed in good, then none of it would happen.
Yeah, but they don't.
You remind me of your father sometimes, Vi. You're material-minded.
Can't help that, can I?
Well, if you don't mind me saying so, I think you can.
As far as I can see, facts are facts, Auntie Sil. And if looking at it that way makes me material-minded, well then that's what I should go on being.
You don't understand what I mean, do you?
No, I don't.
To begin with, what you make for a fact might not be a fact after all.
What is it then?
Illusion. And error.
It's an error of fact then.
Well, of course it is in a way. That's the trouble. But if you admit it's a fact, and regard it as a fact, then it makes it more of a fact than ever, doesn't it?
I shouldn't have thought it made much difference one way or the other.
But it does.
What you're saying is when Sheila had toothache the other day, I ought to have told her that she hadn't.
I'm not saying no such thing, dear.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that if she was brought up to believe that pain was evil, and that evil didn't really exist, then she wouldn't have had toothache in the first place.
She'd broken it on a bit of toffee and the nerve was exposed.
Nonsense.
It's not nonsense, Auntie Sue, it's true.
I wish Mrs. Wilmot was here.
I must say I'm glad she isn't.
It takes a very small mind to talk like that, Vi. You should be ashamed of yourself. Mrs. Wilmot is a very remarkable woman.
She sounds a bit silly to me.
We will not discuss this matter any further.
All right.
Your very life has been saved at this moment by the triumph of right thinking over wrong thinking.
Well, that's nice, isn't it?
I've often thought that Mr. Chamberlain was a Christian Scientist at heart.
Well, let's hope that Hitler and Mussolini are one too, and then we should all be on velvet.
What are you talking so long about?
He was just talking about Mr. Chamberlain. Auntie Sil says she thinks he must be a Christian Scientist.
That might account for a lot.
What you going to say that for, Vi? You're a very aggravating girl.
Sorry.
Just because you haven't got any faith in anything yourself, you think it's funny to laugh at people who have.
I wasn't laughing at all.
Where's your mother?
She's upstairs with Queenie and his lordship.
Nothing wrong with him, is there?
Oh no, he's fine. Queenie wasn't feeling any too good though, so she's gone to bed. The leg was hurting her a bit. Nothing serious. Doctor came this afternoon. Said it's just brought on by the strain of last week.
I'll go up in a minute.
Did you see anything in the crowds?
Yes, I did.
We heard him arrive at the airport on the radio.
So did I.
Sounds like meet the Strand Corner House a bit later on. Thought we'd take a look at the West End. Ought to be exciting.
Well, it's exciting, all right. You like to see lots of people yelling their heads off without any idea what they're yelling about.
How can you, Frank? Them people are cheering because we've been saved from war.
I'll cheer about that when it's been proved to me.
You wouldn't care if there was another war. You're one of them people who thinks it doesn't matter millions and millions of innocent people should be bombed because you enjoyed yourself in the last one.
Now, listen here, Sylvia. Don't you talk to me like that, because I won't have it, see? I did not enjoy myself in the last war, and nobody but a bloody fool without any imagination would ever say that he did. And I do not think it doesn't matter if millions and millions of innocent people are bombed to get any silly ideas out of your head to start with. But what I would like to say is this. I've seen something today that I wouldn't have believed could happen in this country. I've seen thousands of people, English people mark you, shouting and cheering with relief for no other reason than they've been thoroughly frightened, and it made me sick, and that's a fact. Only hope to God we shall have guts enough to learn one lesson from this, and never find ourselves in a position again where we have to appease anybody.
It is more blessed to give than to receive.
I don't think it's more blessed to give in and receive a nice kick on the bottle for doing it.
You two, stop shouting. You won't break him.
He's a warmonger. That's all he is, a warmonger.
Judging by the heavy way you was breathing, Sylvia, I can say you was in error!
You're no brother of mine. I don't care if I never speak to you ever again.
What's the use in arguing with her, Frank? You know it never does any good.
Well, she started it, Mother. She's been ever so silly. She's getting sillier and sillier every day.
Don't you talk about your Aunt Sylvia like that.
Dear old Mum. 35, you know, now. Not 15.
All the more reason for you to know that.
There, you see? Mum will never learn.
I don't care if you're 105. I won't have you being saucy to your Aunt Sylvia, or to me either for that matter.
What about Dad? Be saucy to him then, can I?
Get on with you, Miss Sharp.
I was just going anyhow. Meeting Sam, we thought we'd take a look at the crowds. Sorry, Dad.
You can cheer her up all I can.
Maybe I will. I'll just pop up and see Queenie for a minute. Night all.
Good night.
Don't forget to send round that pram.
Sam will bring it tomorrow.
You know I've got no shame for what we are. It's a miracle we ever came this far.